Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of Soulwise with me, Semele Sherry. And just when we thought the world couldn't get any more crazy and callous, the frantic power struggles escalate. It feels to me like we're really reaching a culmination point. There's a boil on the skin of humanity, and the infection has reached its height just before it bursts and empties out the poison so the healing can begin. My heart holds the truth of this, although I know it's not going to be quite that simple or instant. And I do apologise for the rather graphic, yucky image, but really it feels like that's exactly where we're at. So in this episode, it's time for the lunar month guidance again. And that actually confirms that intuition that I began the podcast with. So this one is called Chaos and Creation. And the card that I've pulled for the guidance this month is the Tower. So here it is, my spiritual guidance for June and July 2025, covering the lunar month beginning with the Cancer new moon on June the 25th at 11:32 a.m. and that's in the UK where I live, running up to and including July the 24th. Every new lunar month I draw one card from the Thoth Tarot to spark intuitive insight about the key energy to navigate by during the coming 4 weeks. And I then take a quick look at the astrology. So following on from the Magus of last month, I've drawn another major arcana card, the Tower. It's a potent sign of transformation and rebirth. And what I speak of here may well continue to pulse through the next 6 months, thanks to the recent potent summer solstice on June the 21st. There's a definite theme running beneath the seeming chaos of recent months, one of a spirit-led compass and destiny guiding the way. Chaos is also the energy of creation. They are intertwined aspects of the same single process. You cannot have one without the other. Matthew McKenna examines some of the mythology surrounding this link in his article, The Stories We Share, Creation from Chaos. And essentially that's what you need to keep in mind during this lunar month. It's echoed in the fact that the Tower is associated with the planet Mars, who rules both war and, which is far less widely known, has a secondary role in agriculture. While the divine feminine represents the harvest, Mars is more of a guardian, a protector of the circumstances that ensure crops can grow and ripen, and that is a helpful image to hold as you navigate the next 4 weeks. I'm immediately drawn to the image of that fiery dragon at the bottom of the card, erupting from the earth, the flaming force of its breath jolting the foundations on which the tower stands. It's clear to me that significant seismic earth activity will continue as Gaia travels her own ascension path. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and potentially even new land rising out of the sea as her crust shifts and moves are all probable. She is rebirthing herself, regenerating herself, and demanding that humanity respect her and return to right relationship with her. As I've already mentioned war, and it's been in the headlines for years now, and you can expect to hear more around it. And yet, remember that other face of Mars? There's free will at play here, of course, as there always is, and nothing is set in stone. Yet I still see an opportunity for the escalation of these situations to bring not the whole-scale destruction it's so easy to imagine, but a doorway to peaceful resolution, one that might create the right conditions to ensure everyone's sense of a safe home and belonging can flourish. Just look at that dove of peace flying above the collapsing structure on a flight trajectory from the omniscient eye of Source. Sometimes it takes impending disaster to wake humanity up to the error of its ways, to see that the beliefs and values on which their actions have been based, the frameworks on which their governmental structures and powerful institutions have been built, are not as powerful and protective as they thought. They are, and always have been, shaky and fear-based. So there's a choice here now for humanity in all spheres of life: government, business, finance, religion, and more. Accept the necessary breakdown and collapse that's already beginning to happen. Search bravely for exciting, creative, alternative ways of being that support the flourishing of all life. Or cling desperately to the crumbling walls, go down with the building and risk getting buried in the rubble. Up till now, we've seen a lot of the former in action and not very much of the latter, which is why we find ourselves at this crucial tower point now. The breakdown is going to happen, and the process is less painful and more swift if you're collaborating rather than resisting it. Resistance forces the universe to release the pressure valve for you, making it all the more shocking and destabilizing. And then you might find that you're made redundant, you're taken out of action by an accident or illness, or devastating arguments ensue. These are just some of the ways this energy can play out, and it's always in the service of liberation and healing. With breakdown comes breakthrough. I also keep hearing the words, time to break out of your ivory towers. The omnipresent illusion of separation and isolation, whether it's as an individual, a nation, or a religion, is obsolete. It creates fear of the other and fear of life, which leads to war. We'll only find a way through by recognizing we're facing a global problem, the solution for which comes from working together towards mutual goals that benefit all. Our earth is our mother and our shared home, and each one of us is responsible for keeping her safe and thriving. Without her, humanity has no future. In your personal life, the mission this month is to discover where you're bound by outside forces, where you're keeping yourself trapped in your own personal tower. Here are some questions to help you. Explore them as deeply and as honestly as you can. Are there situations, relationships, patterns, habits, and behaviors that used to give you a sense of comfort, security, and stability, but now feel limiting and restricting? Are you open to change and transformation in these areas? Or are you avoiding confronting them, refusing to let go because you're afraid? When did you last think deeply about what you truly believe and value now, at this point in your life? Where do you blindly accept rules and facts imposed on you by external authorities, rather than listening to your inner voice? Who is the real, authentic you? If you don't know, who or what can help you find out? Do you tend to struggle on alone with problems or challenges, not able to admit your vulnerability or to ask for support? Do you belong to groups and communities that share your passions and ideals? What must you free yourself from to release the energy of all that you are, your soul? At the same time as things dissolve, openings appear that guide you and the world towards renewal. More long-buried truths and secrets could come to light dramatically and unexpectedly, shaking accepted perceptions of reality to the core. Some of it, I feel, is the re-emergence of ancient, long-forgotten knowledge, now available to humanity's expanding consciousness. This could mean a revising of history, possibly with a bit more her story, and more enlightened use of technology. I also sense a return to the natural healing resources of a living planet, herbal remedies, crystals, light frequencies, sound vibrations. The list is as endless as their potential applications. Stand firm in your courage wherever you spot a wobbly structure within your life or outside of it over the coming weeks. It's shaky because it's not serving you or the greater good anymore. Don't try to shore up what's disintegrating. Allow it to fall while witnessing the change from the steady perspective of your spiritual understanding with a compassionate heart. Remember to breathe. When the dust settles, as it surely will, you'll be filled with a sense of relief and release and a readiness to expand your soul into the space that's been cleared. In this way, you help the soul of humanity do the same. And let's take a quick look at the astrology. The new moon in Cancer on the 25th of June is like a ripening point, with the planets all adding their support to the potential mix. They highlight a need for new ideas and connections grounded in a structure that will heal division. Individuals need a way to find their place in the wider collective. It's not a quick fix as the change unfolds over a 2-year period. With Uranus moving into Gemini on the 7th of July, and then the full moon in Aries on the 10th, long-term innovations in the commercial and communication worlds are triggered. Probably with a bang, as shocking news emerges around this time. A completely new mindset is needed. It won't be a smooth process though, as Neptune then Saturn turn retrograde over the following 10 days, and finally Mercury too goes retrograde on the 18th. Disagreements and misunderstandings are likely to be rife as an unhealthy planetary square forms, which highlights lack of trust and commitment. A different future can be glimpsed when the Sun enters Leo on the 22nd. So as you can see, it's a very, very potent and chaotic time, which could be very ungrounding and destabilizing. So stay firm in your personal practices, whatever keeps you grounded and centered. And that's really going to be necessary in the next 4 weeks. So a little bit of news from me. I have 2 Reiki training courses coming up later in the year now. And please contact me for more information or to book. And if you have any friends that you know would be interested in this healing practice, then please share it freely. If there's anything we're going to need more than ever in the coming months and years, it's more people who are able to hold a healing space for others in which they too can connect with their own soul wisdom and guidance. So I have Usui Reiki Level 1 course. It's a beautiful and gentle healing practice, and it's the perfect starting point if you feel called to begin your journey as a healer. Reiki opens the door to deep self-healing and nurtures a stronger connection to your soul, creating space for your spiritual gifts and inner wisdom to unfold. So that's happening from Friday, the August the 1st, through to Sunday, August the 3rd. And it's happening near Newcastle Emlyn, which is where I live. If you've already taken Reiki Level 1, it doesn't matter who with, and you'd like a refresher, you're also welcome to join us for a discounted rate. And then as we get into the autumn of this year, I'll be running a Usui Level 2 course. And this level focuses on facilitating healing for others. And once you've completed case studies, you'll receive a certificate that enables you to practice professionally. So specific dates and times will be arranged later in the year as we get nearer the autumn. But you can register your interest now if you wish. So please do so by contacting me. And that's it for this podcast. As always, sending you my love and blessings and my accompaniment and companionship on the journey. It's in coming together, connecting with others who are aligned to the same values, to the same spiritual expanding of consciousness, that we can make the most impact on the world. And that's what we're doing right now. Your presence, centered in your soul, with a compassionate, open heart, is what makes all the difference. That's what we came here to do. So let's continue together through the madness that surrounds us. We are the beacons of light, the beacons of hope, the beacons of peace. That's it for now. Until next time, goodbye for now.